As you see, the transmission is out. You ain't gotta take starter bolts out. There's one bolt right below the starter that goes right there. As you see, the threads in it. I did pull the axle. I didn't take the rack and pinion loose off the subframe. You see right there, I just took it loose from the steering column. Bungee corded the steering wheel so it won't move. You'll need two people to get this thing out, just so you know, because it's a pain in the butt. But I did take my solenoids out though before I go switch it out for another one, because solenoids are expensive and I'd rather not buy solenoids and then they're still be good and then just give them away. So I'm cheap, so I better save a little bit of money. Yeah, you got 18mm bolts on the subframe. You got one up here, one back there, and then I took them out, and then two over here I got that way. I went out and got 4x4 this morning, which you can see it ain't really that much holding the engine up. I mean, just a chain to make sure that the engine don't go nowhere and make sure it stays where it's supposed to. So I just got a 4x4. I cut it 4 foot long. You can see how far it sticks out. So yeah. But yeah, so there's the transmission removal on this thing. Had to take a pry bar. Had to pull the axle out because it was stuck in there. So I had to pull it, which is the axle nut on this one anyway is a 30mm axle nut. So I did it, and then there's 3 bolts on the axle mount that mounts to the back of the engine. They're 15mm. There's 3 of them. There's 2 on the bottom and then a long one on the top. Short ones go on the bottom, long one goes on the top because it's got a big wide spacer on it. So yeah, though, this is the removal of this thing. Need no engine mount on it, or is that just the way it's looking? Nah, it's just the way it's looking. Alright, well, but yeah, this is the part 2. Now I think somebody done changed out the transmission in this thing, but I think they got a junking, because it's got writing paint marker on the transmission there and on the transmission there. So I think somebody bought a junkyard transmission, and you know, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the crack, see it right through there and all that gunk and everything. This thing's been leaking. You can see the transmission fluid right down in there, and where it's been slinging it around everywhere. So don't believe it's the rear main seal, because all that looks dry. So I do believe the front of the seal on the transmission was bad anyway. Thinking that something might have happened to the pump inside of it. But yeah, this is just a little, basically like an update, but like part 2 of this. So yeah, it's just a lot of work. Them suckers ain't light. But you know, be careful. There you do, just be careful. But yeah, I'm waiting on my wife to get out here so we can load this thing in the bed of the truck. Ain't like it's really gonna matter if it gets wet, because it's junk. It's cracked. I do believe the pump's gone out of it. But yeah, so I mean, you know, like I said, be careful. Take your time with her. I mean, if you want to do like this, the only thing I did, basically loosen everything up, took the exhaust loose right there so the motor can drop down. And I took one of the hangers loose on the exhaust, which you really can't see. You see the exhaust there. Took one of the hangers loose, so it's kind of, instead of it being held steady, it kind of, you know, kind of give it a little bit of sway to it. But yeah, though, you know, I still couldn't get that bolt out of the lower control arm. But if I ever got to change that lower control arm, I'll just get something and heat it up, and then burn the bushing out, and then get it the rest of the way out. Sawzall or whatever I can get up in there. But yeah, though, so there's an update on that. And yeah, I'm gonna go grab my wife and get her to help me load this sucker in, or I might just load it in by myself. Who knows? My back's up to it. But yeah, so that's update on this. Part 2 of the replacement. As soon as I get another transmission, I'll probably go pick one up tomorrow. I'll make another video of us getting it in there. It was hard trying to make a video. Wife don't want to be on camera, and then, you know, fighting with it. So yeah, but this is part 2.